Man finds camera in bathroom, realizes why wife takes so long. James scratched in head and wondered what was going on. She had been in there an awfully long time. He slowly approached the bathroom door, having no idea what was really going on inside. He put an ear to the door and heard, laughing. He felt his stomach twist into a knot, but he knew what he had to do. He flung the door open. He had no idea what he was open to walk in on. James Aston always felt blessed. He had an amazing apartment in the city, a great job, but most of all, a beautiful, loving wife named Holly. James felt he was living the dream. He felt unstoppable with such a wonderful companion by his side. But he had no idea that there were secrets hiding in his relationship. James and Holly had first met 5 years prior and it felt like love at first sight. James was love-strucken now. 5 years after that fateful meeting, they were married. James felt like the king of the world, but he had no idea that something aimed to crumble it all down around him. James wanted to make their 5-year anniversary a special one. He wanted to show her that he was still the hopeless romantic that she had fallen in love with all those years ago. But James could never have prepared for what was going to happen while he happily put together the special day for his wife. Holly had changed her behavior for the last few weeks. She was grumpy and sometimes even irrational. It was a stark contrast from before. Did she have something to keep from him? James quickly forgot about this because she was his wife after all. She would tell him if anything was bothering her. But then things took an even weirder turn. Holly would take a bath every night at around 7:30 p.m. But James noticed something strange. She would spend way longer in there than she used to. What could she have possibly been doing? He couldn't guess what she was doing, but when he finally realized what it was, he felt a lump form in his throat as he froze in his tracks. James knew that he had to find out the truth about his girlfriend. He knocked on the door and asked if she was okay. However, she merely responded with, "I'm fine." James knew he had to bring it up with her. He lightly knocked on the bathroom door and asked if she was all right. She snapped back with an, "I'm fine." James still felt that something was wrong and she wasn't telling him. He had no idea, but his gut was completely right. James started to worry about his marriage. Did she feel less than she did before? After 5 years together, did she have second thoughts? Why was she spending so much time in the bathroom though? And why the sudden change in behavior compared to how she used to act? James couldn't put his finger on it. It was a Friday night and James massaged his girlfriend's back before offering to run her a bath. Her face lit up as soon as James offered and he went into the bathroom. As he watched the water fill up the tub, James knew that in 30 minutes he'd finally find out what his girlfriend had been up to. But he was never expecting the truth. James ran his girlfriend's bath and he watched her as she walked into the bathroom before slamming the door shut and locking the door tight. James didn't know why, but an uneasy feeling hit the pit of his stomach. Whatever his girlfriend had been doing, spending hours and hours in the bathroom, was about to be revealed. James had planned to race in the bathroom, claiming there was an emergency. From there, he'd get to see exactly what his girlfriend had been getting up to. But after what he'd found in the bathroom, it dawned on James that his girlfriend wasn't the woman he thought she was. James quietly crept over to the bathroom door and he could hear the swish sounds from the water as his girlfriend, presumably, moved about in the tub. He rested his ear on the bathroom door and he could hear a faint giggle from inside the bathroom. With his heartbeat in his throat, James took a deep breath before barging into the bathroom, ultimately uncovering his girlfriend's secret. As James barges into the bathroom, he can see his girlfriend in the tub, surrounded by bubbles. "What's going on?" she asked, panic washing over her flustered face. But just as James was about to respond, he saw something that stopped him cold. As soon as he saw it, he felt a shiver run up his spine. You see, James's girlfriend's direction had been hiding something from him in the bathroom. Something he was about to find out about. James saw something else. Something that was inside the tub with his girlfriend. And as soon as he saw it, James felt sick to his stomach. You see, a small kitten was inside the bathtub with James' girlfriend. "What's that doing here?" he asked. James' girlfriend looked at James and smiled. "It's for you," she said. "Happy anniversary." His girlfriend had gotten James a kitten as a gift for their upcoming anniversary. Adam was over the moon with the kitten, and at least now he knew what girlfriend had been getting up to.